Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Dandelion, and I'm back with Aizawa.
I see he put a little twang on it that time.
Bro, like I gotta start watching like the WWE announce. I want to get like announcing. Like when folks come in, bro, wanna be like Sir D Star.
I'm just gonna have to record it and then play it every time. Everybody get their own theme song.
Bro, yes. Depending on whose idea it is, bro, their theme song gonna play. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today XO Aizawa brought up a very good topic that I actually really want to talk about. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of forgot this show existed because it kind of did die down a little bit. It was hype when it came out, and we're gonna be talking about terraformers.
I cannot contribute to Transformers.
All right. Now the way it looks like it's spelled terror from Mars.
Yeah.
But if you think about
Terraformers, and terra in Latin means earth.
Indeed. And of course, we all know form is something in shape, size, and all that. So for a lot of you who are curious, the term animation stems from the Latin word anima, which means to breathe life into. But nobody's ready for that combo yet. Just saying. Alrighty. So, terraformers. Just a brief little synopsis for people who don't know, or if you may be interested. Slight spoiler warning for anybody.
It's fucking creepy.
Yeah. But slight spoiler warning, just in case for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I'm going to assume a lot of people have seen it. Mankind decided to send roaches to Mars, for an early form of terraforming and all that. And after a while, they sent some humans. And the humans got up there and they're just like, oh man, we want to see the roaches. I sure see this big dude over there in the corner. That's one of the roaches. And then, they start throwing hands. You find out humanity has come up with bug surgery. Yep. And which
is crazy. And like, why the fuck would you want that? Why would you want that? I'm going to let you finish, but why the fuck would you want that?
I played Bloody Roar growing up. So it came out of nowhere for me. It's like, man, Dandelion, we want to fuse you with a wasp. Nah, I hate wasps. What you want to be fused with? Fat.
That don't even, you already have that. That would be a waste of a choice.
I'm going to be even bigger, bro. I'm just be slinging my arms everywhere. But the long story short, they combine humanity with insects, give us heightened powers, the abilities of mind added to that of an insect. Mm-hmm. Long story short, bro, Beast Wars, but with humans, basically. They get their butts kicked, they send off a transmission. One or two of them survive, and then they come back, with a squad, and it's literal Beast Wars, more or less.
Shit, the humans didn't stand a chance.
Them folks got rocked. Okay, now the second squad, they sent actually, put up a fighting chance.
Barely.
I'll say they were a little bit ready.
Like, they did better, but they were still getting off left and right.
Humanity, in this sense, was like, we are fusing anything that can kill a roach. Since, on Earth, a roach is a delicacy too.
Send some raid. That's the only thing that kills.
They should have literally made a robot with raid, bro.
Yeah.
But besides, we all know cockroaches. We hate them. They're all over the place. Those things are a delicacy to almost everything on this planet. Even some people in other countries.
Yeah.
And so humanity, when they got their survivors back, there's like everything that could destroy a roach, we're sending it up there. I'm talking, they fuse people with pistol shrimps, bullet shrimps, jewel wasps, bot flies, back fucking terrier. They fused a man with an octopus.
I forgot about that.
They had a whole turtle dude, a bear dude. I'm like, dang.
Like, when you get into those, I mean, even the main girl, Michelle, I just said her name a minute ago. Michelle Davis.
They go through a lot of the main
She was an ant. What kind?
She was the particular...
A bullet ant?
I don't think so. Not a bullet ant. The ant that she was actually had it was an ant that could actually blow itself up, sort of, or it could emit
some type of explosion, something
explosive liquid. She could cause explosions.
Like, it's cool given the abilities you may obtain. But again, I refer you to my previous question. Why the fuck would you want to go through this? But I guess if it's specifically to go fight the roaches.
She's a blast ant.
Okay, I knew it was some kind of ant that started with a B. I just couldn't think of what kind.
She's a blast ant.
Like the super strength, okay, cool. But all the other shit that come with it,
Okay, you do get the forms and stuff. So what I like is that you can cut it on and off, and it's already kudos if you're already strong enough to go head up with it. You ain't strong enough for these roaches. All right, so I'm just gonna pull the Band-Aid off real quick, ladies and gentlemen. These the blackest roaches I've seen.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I was like, now what?
I can't.
Why did they do this?
I remember I came across the manga, and I would look up stuff on it because, like, a few months after I found the manga, I found out an anime was coming out, and the pictures just they put these folks in some drip, bro. I was like,
not drip.
They got them good, bro. They had them posed. They put their faces on the cover of hip hop albums.
Bro, that shit. I was just like, I know when they got here, hey, there's some black people on Mars. Nope, giant buff roaches. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna let it. Let it do what it do.
I accepted that. I died from laughter because every time I saw them, bro, I was like,
some folks was ugly.
It was ugly, but
and buff.
I couldn't help but say in my head every time they showed up, "Welcome to my hood." Atlanta, take your shirt off, twist it around. Just like, I can't. I couldn't help it. However, I will definitely say this. I'm pretty sure they didn't mean for them to be that way. This is just, Japan has a habit of taking the most grotesque shit and they will make it overpowered or cute somehow. Because there's another anime about a roach called Roach Girl.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I'm finna Google that.
That one, I'm telling you, is shit. Look it up right now. It is. But, so the roaches basically have beyond superhuman strength and speed. One of these roaches alone gives somebody who's taken the bug surgery a run for the money.
I should have.
So,
is
like,
it an anime? I should have specified.
Yeah, you should have specified anime.
Google just did me fucking dirty.
Yeah, it's an anime. But so the point of the surgery, not surgery. The point was that these roaches are basically like, we finna override humanity. We've been on the bottom foot too long. So humans, see, she looks adorable, but she's a roach. Yeah, they get you with that one. So, all right. So as I was saying, humans do they call this the bug surgery, but they might as well call it animal surgery, where they combine human and animal DNA, and you get specific traits. Basically, bloody roar at this point. So, for example, they have a guy. He's a boxer. I forgot his name, and they gave him.
Akira?
Yeah, I think so. And
baseball.
He wasn't the baseball player. He was the boxer. The baseball player was the huntsman spider.
I thought Wait, hold on.
The guy that was a pitcher.
Who was the one with the moth stuff? Then the moth abilities.
That was the pitcher.
Okay, so that was the baseball.
Yeah, that was the pitcher. The pitcher. I think the other guy ran, but I know.
The one that was fighting the bears and shit in the cage. The boxer.
No, not him. That was their martial artist. That's what I said. There was the boxer guy and the martial artist.
Okay.
And it's like those two threw me off because I think the martial artist guy was a praying mantis. If I remember. If
I could remember their names, I could.
Yeah, I don't really remember a lot of their names. I do remember the guy that was the huntsman spider. He and the moth guy. No, he wasn't the moth guy. There was a guy they fused with a bird. I think the moth guy might have been the martial artist dude. There was a character that he was fused with a bird that actually flings rocks at its prey, because he would back up the huntsman spider guy.
That's right.
They all grew up in the hood. Shit. The girl that was with them, I can't remember if she died, but I remember I liked their little trio because one of the roaches was about to get the huntsman spider guy, and bird dude just took the man head off. Like these roaches were all over these folks. Like,
yeah,
you gotta think, bruh. You basically got the Avengers against an army of Hulks.
I'm not ashamed to say that I would have been like, you know what? I'm finna catch y'all later because we need to come up with another plan. I'm not finna be like, we're just gonna stand together and fight. We gonna die.
But see, the thing was, a lot of the characters that did survive understood like what they could do against the roaches.
Yeah.
And they understood their bugs. Like specific bugs worked against specific. Would work at specific times. Yeah, like one of them.
At one point, the roaches got the ability. They found out. I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but they found out the people that they killed. They're like, oh, if we eat them, we can get their abilities. So,
it wasn't. I question if it was so much as eat. And I think it
wasn't eating them. or did they just take the
I think
powers?
it divulged to eating them because the roaches did a more primitive version of the bug surgery.
Right.
So like if they knocked your upper body part off, they took them body parts.
They were.
Yeah.
It's graphic, so if you are squeamish, don't watch it.
Man, if you are not used to Mortal Kombat, do not play it. But I'm gonna be honest. That roach showed up with that Hakama on, boy. Because I remember the martial arts dude was like, I'm about to wreck this man. That roach showed up and did like a little kitty Kamehameha pose, and the guy was like, he has no openings. I can't win.
Right, they learned.
Those roaches were killing it. Some of them actually, I think the very last thing I remember reading when I was reading the manga at the time was that those roaches somehow stowed away to Earth. A few of them did. And
I think it did that at the end of the second season, and I didn't see. I just hit the mic, so if that was loud, my bad, y'all. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the second season, because it was showing all the different countries, trying to decide what they was gonna do. And
then there's also the fact they were looking into how this came about because these roaches had a king.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and that nigga was retarded.
The thing, before we get into him, the thing that me and a lot of my friends at the time we were wondering was if someone from Earth messed with the roaches, because that's what I think happened. Now these roaches got some troll. If you Google these roaches from Terraformers, you're gonna see some of the trolliest pictures. Them smiles,
bruh.
Boy. Whoa.
Bruh.
I would be scared shit.
What nightmares are made. Just imagine you laying in your bed and your door just quietly crack open in the middle of the night. There's a sliver of light coming from your window, and you just open it, and he gonna have to duck down because them jumps are
these folks
8-10 feet tall or some shit like that.
Bro, literally take Shaq and like separate him from his legs and stack him on top of him. That's how big these roaches are.
Exactly, which is why I just said earlier I would not be ashamed to be like, I got to get the fuck on down. For there's nothing I can do in this situation.
For those of you familiar with Street Fighter 2, and y'all remember that poster where Ryu looking up at Akuma, that's it. That's literally it. And it's like, I give humanity this, bro, because humanity wasn't going. They was like, hey,
it's humanity's fault they sent the original roaches up there to try to terraform Mars instead of doing better on Earth. Like, let's find somewhere else to live, shit.
On one end, I can understand you want to find a different place to live, but you don't need to fuck up your original planet. The thing that really gets me that I admired was that they were like, okay, so we fucked up with these roaches, so we ain't finna back down though. So we're gonna send our squad. But see, now here's the thing: the roaches are like, Mars ain't the place to be,
right?
So we know these roaches knew these folks were coming back. Mm-hmm. The roaches' goal is to take over Earth, and the way they do it, I thought this was. I hate to say this, I thought this was genius, but it was scary at the same time because when the thought crossed my mind, I'm like, damn, that's what it would take to wipe out civilization. That ladies and gentlemen, do not take this the wrong way. The roaches' goal, and the one thing I noticed that you'll catch on right away. If you are a woman, you are the first target.
Yep. And it was the ones
weird.
That had the babies. Like, you can't procreate.
It was, like when they mentioned that in the manga, I went back and read the text. I was like, damn, the roaches sure did. They took out the people who could procreate.
Yeah.
And I felt some kind of
way.
They
were learning. I ain't gonna lie. And that's the scariest thing about it. Like, I'm scared. If I were to see a roach, I mean, it's not like I wouldn't kill it, but you're here, so when there's a man in the room, that's a man's job to me.
I can't help but think that this also built off this thing. A lot of women I know, even some like women that's like they'll run to Rousey my ass. They see a roach, bruh.
I don't want to deal with that. What I want to deal with that for?
You will fight a whole ass bear, but the roach show. So at first when I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, so you're going to wipe out civilization by stopping procreation. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, I bet you somebody came up with this idea because some girl they knew got scared of a roach.
Because, bruh, why would I want to deal with that if I don't have to?
What? You can just step on him.
I could. And this might be an overshare. We're going to go take a tangent right quick. It was this one time, and I apologize again, it might be an overshare. When I was living in that house with my cousin, I was upstairs, and there was a roach in the bathroom. I was already on the toilet, but I was peeing. Because, we sit down to pee. But I was peeing, and I looked up, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I'm just sitting pants down, sitting on the toilet, wondering what I'm gonna do. Cause I'm like, if I wipe and I get up, it'll probably run away. And then I'm just gonna have to burn the house down. Cause I don't want to look for it. I don't want it to be in my room. So I'm like, maybe I can throw something. And there was this, I remember, it's crazy that I'm telling this story right now. Cause you had bought me this thing for Christmas. It was like this lotion, coconut lime, body.
Oh yeah.
Thing. And it was in a box.
Shit was actually good.
And I reached over and I was like, okay, if I can throw this and get it on top of it, by the time I get off the toilet, I can just step on top of the box and it'll be, taken care of. Fucking missed. So I'm just like, what do I do? What do I do?
Like if I can be this way, at least when it comes to me, and like I see a roach or any insect,
I freeze up.
It's either X gonna give it to you, or I want everybody just to think. You hear that orchestra Dark Souls music. As soon as I see the bug, it's like, bruh, versus Wasp. Let's go.
Like,
we jacking. But nothing. If we're gonna share stories about these fucking roaches, man. I remember I was chilling with Fox Roaches, bro, one day. I swear to God, bro, it was a roach, and we were trying to kill. This man was juking us. He went under the TV. And we didn't feel like moving the TV. So we sat there, we was playing some games. I think he went to make some. We was waiting. Bro, man was on the wall behind us. We was it's got to be a different. But that's the thing. We was like, it's got to be a different roach. Ain't no way it's him. So we moved the TV. He wasn't there. We looked on the wall. Bro, this man flew towards the fan where it was spinning.
Bro, flying was, that's the
fucking. But he stayed on the.
up and start flying.
But it's like, he stays on the fan. The whole time, me and Fox up there like, this solid snake roach.
I would have.
Oh no, we got him. He eventually, I think he found his raid. So he cut off the fan and he sprayed. As soon as he hit the ground, stomp mother.
Because with roaches, you have to stomp and twist. You got to make sure that they bodily.
Wait, why you stop at the twist?
Because you have to make sure their body is separated.
No. Why do you stop at the twist?
I didn't say I stopped.
I said at the very least, I'll be like, I stomp, twist, get my backpack, slam.
Oh wow! Why would you want that on your backpack?
My coworkers, literally every time we deal with flies, a roach, wasp come up in there. All right. Oh, you got him. Good job, Denda. Denda, what are you, mother? Why are you stopping this? Why you got the garbage?
But you gotta make sure, because roaches, you can compress them. I can't remember the exact statistic, but you can compress them to I think 2 times their body weight, and they'll be fine. So you gotta make sure you separate their body.
I find it crazy how crazy these roaches are, bro. Just praying mantises and tiger beetles be eating these folks. Like it's
good.
Like damn.
Fuck them.
I was just like, bro, I'm sorry. Like it's World War, but like you can't do this with these terraformers roaches. No. So I'm gonna tell you, if you see a roach crawling across your floor, that's nothing compared to this 8-foot tall juggernaut walking up to you.
That has the ability to learn.
And not to mention, so just to show you how fast these roaches are, bro. This roach, I want to say, one of the roaches in the show is probably at the distance of a football field away from the Russian squad that landed. And I'm be real, the Russian squad went hard.
They did the crab dude.
Yeah, they went hard. I was kind of mad when they slaughtered out old girl at the start.
Yeah.
So they were.
Don't get attached to nobody.
I would say this roach was a football field distance away, and she sniped. Now I'm mad because I thought she got him. As soon as she pulled the trigger, this man dashed past them folks with her head. He flashed them.
Yes, bro.
That's a normal roach. That is a normal roach up there on that planet. And I'm just like, nah. I felt like I was reading something from Junji Ito.
And that's why I said it's scary. Like, dealing with a roach already is just like, I'm a freeze up. But dealing with ones that can learn, because he didn't have to immediately kill her. He could have killed anybody. Be like, oh, she the one that shot at me? Say less. Mm-hmm. These niggas smart.
And then it's also the fact. So it's also the fact too. These things, they can't differentiate from male and female.
Right.
And these guys, like their first targets are the women. Now I'm gonna be honest. That has screwed a lot of these roaches over, because they'd be like, girl, kill, the girl, uppercut. What's up? Y'all talking about girl kill?
They ain't show no mercy.
They did not.
They was folding.
I'm about to be real. The dudes will go on hard, but some of them girls, like Michelle, what was her name? Michelle wasn't playing.
Yeah, she was. But her dad was the first.
He was the original litter.
Yeah.
And see, what I like about him is he was just an ant. Now ants can already lift twice their body weight. Mm-hmm. So you got like a dude built like Jax from Mortal Kombat. Jackson Briggs. I'm talking about from the original Mortal Kombat comic book where he got shot by magic and the first thing he does is start a fight with Kentaro. He going like he's built like that. He got ant powers.
Right.
He can pull on the powers of an ant. Okay, so now you have his daughter. Now physically, the daughter, she may be weaker, but she's got, so you got the powers of a human, then a mad human, so you get your emotions going, so you going ham, damn near Super Saiyan. You got the power of an ant, and then you can make explosions.
Right.
You can make explosions. A lot of these combinations were good, like I swear to God, I can't remember the name of the Huntsman Spider dude, but like what I liked about him was I think he was a base runner. I think he played baseball with the Eagle guy. Because of how fast he was, giving him the Huntsman Spider gave him an advantage against roaches because half of these people were equipped with insects made to kill these roaches. The boxer, they gave him, I think it's the mantis shrimp.
I'm trying to find it.
Because the mantis shrimp and pistol shrimp, I get them confused, but they gave him the mantis shrimp. It's the shrimp that actually punches hard enough and fast it can break a human finger. He gets 20/20 vision from it. That's the good part. He got the 20/20 vision, and he's a boxer, so he can already punch fast. You put that with that shrimp, that man was going in.
Yeah.
He lost a whole arm, and he got that good Shoryuken. Like it's not shin. Shoryuken, it's shin.
Bruh.
He got him with that Vegeta gut punch. Y'all know how Vegeta always punch people so hard, his fist in there. His fist was fisting that main chest, bro.
Okay, wait. That's the Hornet. I'm trying.
The Hornet was the main character.
Right.
That man was going. I ain't gonna lie. That man was going. He was the Japanese giant Hornet. He was going. That man was going too. Joseph Newton is the one I want to get on. Because that man is cold.
With the bushy eyebrows.
I think that's him. I never got to see his bug form because I think it was at the time he was introduced. I got the chapter after that. But then I missed the updates later. I never got to see what.
I don't remember seeing what he could do either because it's saying that his surgery base was an eel, but I don't remember seeing.
I don't remember seeing the form either because he was already bred from the perfect gene. So on Earth there was a group of people who got folks with the best genes.
Right.
And they kept breeding people.
Real shocker, he's blonde hair, blue eyes, perfect genes though, right?
Hey, they just started somewhere. You never know, bro. They could take that thing. I look at it this way. They started with the blonde dude. Now what if they was like, okay, so we succeeded with this. Now we move to Africa. You already know that motherfucker. Be real. That man finna be busted. The Roaches gonna probably look at him like,
y'all better turn this shit down. Say I don't want no parts of that bullshit.
Man. But this man took out an army of these things. So a couple of bug surgery ones by himself without transforming, rescued Michelle,
right,
jumped back onto a flying jet, and literally said, I'm gonna marry you. And I was like, excuse me? What happened?
I forgot that he was obsessed with her because she's also blonde hair, blue eyes.
He is beyond
obsessed. It was funny because she couldn't see without her glasses sometimes. I'm like, oh.
Which is kind of funny because I figured her bug surgery would actually cover that. Like I said, the mantis shrimp dude,
Garcia is the spider.
Garcia, that's him. Okay. He's the spider guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a minute since I saw this series more or less, but a lot of these, I think Akari is the freaking what is Akari? He's an insect. I think he's the mom. About? Yeah, I think he was the yep, it is him. Divine High School. Yep, he's the martial artist. Akari was the martial artist. Yeah, he was the martial artist. He was the guy I also liked too as well. I honestly think that somebody on Earth is pulling the strings behind these roaches.
Of course they are.
Like somebody had a hand in their evolution. But it's the fact that they primitively, one of the roaches showed up with the legs of somebody who had transformed.
Right.
And the way they made it, they basically cut their legs off and reattached them. So this is more than a metamorphosis. These things basically turn into legit superheroes.
Right, because they had a whole base of operations somewhere and everything.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Are you
doing surgeries and
are you familiar with an author named Junji Ito by chance?
Not by name, but
he makes.
I'm sure if I Googled it, there might be some stuff that I recognized and didn't know that it was.
If you Googled it, you're gonna come across a lot of Japanese scary stories. And
that sounds interesting.
He makes some good ones. Hell Planet Remia screwed me up, and I'm telling you, this Terror from Mars gave me that same vibe.
Cause it's creepy.
It's the literal there's sometimes I find it would be scary to me if somebody like Thanos showed up.
It'd be a wrap. It would be a
Pretty
wrap.
much, especially if it's comic book Thanos.
If Thanos showed up and we all knew, like, it was breaking news, I'm finna go do whatever the fuck I want to do right quick.
You know it'd be real funny if he showed up. You remember the Russian tongue guy? It'd be real funny if he just showed up whistling. He shows up whistling, then he just starts doing the twerk thing. You ever saw twerking thing?
Yeah, I have. They make everybody.
He comes to the
nowadays.
planet. He comes to the planet and it's literally like, just, I will spare y'all if y'all can out twerk me.
Like, well, go find Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B,
they ain't winning.
Whomever else.
They ain't winning not against Thanos.
Because if humanity rested on me, y'all go ahead and say your prayers.
No, I'll be like, we ain't finding none of them. No, we going to where this originated from, the maiden dance of Africa. Take your ass to Africa. Mess with them.
I'm saying we're gonna have to find some folks. If that's all it take, I'm sure we can figure something out.
Give me an iron suit. I'll fall off the planet or something. But like, that's what these roaches were like. It is just thinking like, that's a roach.
Right. It literally started out as a cockroach that crawls on the floor that want to come in your house when it's raining outside.
Carries all kinds of diseases.
Exactly.
I remember seeing a meme where somebody was like, if you don't want me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. I don't want either. Mother, like,
why not?
Like, no. In the case of them roaches.
Oh, okay. That's very valid.
Like, in the case of them roaches, like, you have to get a whole, just to stand a chance. You could be in peak physical form. I don't even think Batman. Yeah, I don't think Batman fucking with them roaches like that.
Right. I really don't.
Like, it's gonna take superpowers to deal with them. Iron Man.
Like, Iron Man people are legitimately undergoing a controversial surgery to fuse their bodies with either insects, animals, or sea creatures, and it's not even guaranteed that you're gonna survive the surgery. So Batman can't see this.
Yeah.
Superman might have a chance.
I think Superman can wipe. Like, if we're talking, like, okay, so people, if I had to pick characters, I think that would wipe the floor with them roaches. I'm just gonna get this out the way. Any Gundam with a high mega, any Gundam with a high mega cannon. We know for a fact these motherfuckers can be irradiated. All right. Second, Dragon Ball universe, they can take them.
Yeah, they don't count.
Yeah, from Marvel and
actually, since you said Superman, now that I think about it, he's an alien, so he probably. Yeah. I feel like anybody alien.
Captain Marvel wiping the floor with him. Tony, I can see him with the suit, but considering
if they catch up to him, all they got to do is crush it, and he's dead.
Pretty much, like these roaches.
And that's why I say Batman can't hang with these. And
that's the thing too. Like all the characters. So the one thing about the show that I do hate is the fact that it's one of those shows with so many characters and sides, because you find out the Russian, what was it? The Russians,
the Japanese,
they had their own agenda.
States.
Who were the guys they went up against? The guys that had the bacteria girl, the octopus dude.
Was that not the Japanese?
No, that wasn't the Japanese. I forgot because it was several.
Was it Australia?
Was it Australia? They had the octopus in them on there.
I can consult the Google.
Yeah, but so okay, while she consults Google, there were a lot of different warring factions, and it came down to literally like. The roaches ain't the only problem because you got the octopus going up against the crab, and it turns out they mortal enemies. But there was one girl that literally was bacteria herself. So I think it was China.
So yeah, it might have been China.
It was China and Russia.
Yep, China.
China and Russia were at each other's throats on the ship. Then they got surrounded by a bunch of roaches, and this chick gets up, takes her clothes off, and it's just bacteria.
Right.
They fused her with some deadly bacteria.
Right.
And it dropped everything. Like, this takes human weapon to a whole other level.
Right, that's crazy. Like, I would be, if I was there, for whatever reason, because I would not be there. But if I was there and I saw a girl or anybody from another country who was a biological weapon when they take their clothes off, my biggest concern is, what the fuck are you niggas doing back on Earth?
Exactly.
This is a problem.
I'm like, this is a problem. The biggest thing is, if we succeed against these roaches, y'all are fusing people with insects.
Exactly.
And these motherfuckers gotta walk around on Earth. So you can just imagine somebody fused with a damn Tasmanian devil, or let alone a freaking
like an animal itself an animal or insect, all of that would be a problem against regular people. But a bacteria person?
Actually, you want to know a good example of how it would be? Bloody Roar and Killing Bites. The anime Killing Bites and the game Bloody Roar. Biggest problem they have with some of these folks will go ham on people. But if the chick is bacteria, I'm kind of with you. If she just feel like it,
she can't have no real life. She gonna have to be locked up in a facility for the rest of her life.
Yeah,
that just has all the amenities for her, because we can't trust that they're not gonna be cause a national incident.
She could walk her ass to Miami and be like, you know what, F it.
Exactly. She gotta be fully clothed at all times.
Y'all gotta wear hazmat suits. Like, she's one of those people. If they succeed and they come back to Earth, they're like, "Good, welcome back, heroes." Down. What the? I'm sorry. No.
She gotta go.
You have to kill her. She ain't
dead.
I
believe you do that shit.
She ain't dead. Oh,
okay.
But she gonna stay. She's staying in stasis. We were moving. I'm sorry.
I was finna say. I thought you were saying you killed her on sight.
Hey. All right. So, the guy that was merged with the honey badger. Yeah, good shit. Down. What the? No. Everybody that's got dangerous animals.
Heartless.
Let's go. Y'all need to know.
I mean, it's needed in this case, but I need y'all to know there was this one time I came over and I wanted to play Sonic, and I wanted to make a chow, and it had been years since I played. So yeah, I see you over there making that face because you already know what the fuck I'm finna say.
I don't. What?
I'm surprised you don't remember. So Michael pulls up his gang, goes to the chow garden. He's like, "Oh, it's too many in here. Who is this?" Bye, and just gets rid of that man. And when you go
heartless,
because let me finish. You think you sound heartless now because anybody that has played, when you go to get rid of a chow out of your chow garden, whether it's a good chow or an evil chow, it asks you, "Are you sure?" And the little nigga be sitting there crying, and he was just like, "Bye."
Sad music. Okay, first.
Yes, and it played the sad music. You're not helping your case. It played a little violin music and everything. I didn't even want to play no more after that.
That music does get to me. However,
it didn't get to you that day. That day you got rid of that man.
That day you came over, I was already missing some chow from my chow garden. Because there was a thing you could do on the GameCube.
Listen to him try to spin it.
No, I'm not. If on the GameCube, if you left the GameCube running overnight, you could evolve your chows faster and get chaos chows that way. The trade-off is that you get a fuck ton of chow in your garden because your chow, like, he went to sleep, mating dance, yeah, woo. We gonna have anyway, basically. But so I was already missing a crap ton of chow. I'll notice that the two other gardens were open, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I went to the garden and found my other chows. So Brittany wanted to make a chow,
and you just deleted that man, and it wasn't a second guess or nothing. Are you sure? Click it.
The man had no name.
He was already there. I wanted to took him in. He was already there.
I wanted to get you your own.
He was crying. I would have kept him. I didn't even have time to contest him deleting this man. He's like, "Well, I can get rid of some." I said, "No, that's okay. He already gone."
Oh,
like, what the
fuck? Look. You got.
I legitimately cried tears.
You gotta be real about this. She wanted a child. I was like, "I'm gonna let you get your own experience." This man, unfortunately, had to be sacrificed.
You probably let them drown in the water too. They be struggling and shit.
No, I get them out the water. However, I have been known to spin dash by accident. That was an accident. I swear that was an accident. Actually, you want to know the proof? I kept resetting my game like crazy because one of my chow eventually died, and I took care of Groom. I took care of him. I needed him to win, and he just kept dying.
I feel like we should have a moment of silence for all the chows that you slaughtered.
Just throw them into the machine.
Just into the void.
Look. They go live in the faraway forest forever, okay?
And where is that?
I don't know. I just assume they go back into the Master Emerald. But
terrible.
Okay, look. If the people come back and they saved us, that's understandable. But if we infused you with T-Rex cells, my man,
you gotta go. That shouldn't even be on the table.
Exactly.
That shouldn't, like Jurassic Park. Cool concept, terrible idea in practical application. So fusing a person with a fucking dinosaur, I'd be like veto.
But veto. See, the one thing about Terraform, we hella jumped off.
Because you a murderer.
Oh my god, for insects. But the one thing about Terraform Mars that did get me, anyone who had an insect were the ones that primarily, like an insect or a crustacean. If it wasn't mammalian, you survived, because the bear dude, even the turtle guy, that was a reptile. They got off.
Yeah, because that was
fast.
I want to say that was going into season 2 when I was watching it, because it got confusing. So I'm like, wait, is everybody not some type of insect? Why are they making people other things?
Yeah, they fused. I think what happened was they found out they could fuse them with other animals. But see, the thing that gets me is I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure a lion could take a roach. You fuse this big burly dude with a bear, and this roach just put a hole in him.
Bruh.
And I'm like,
them folks was cock strong.
I was like, how is the hunt spider, dude? But I was like, I guess the way I think about it is I'm like, insects, I guess the insects have technically a greater strength than most mammals, because I'm pretty sure, it's a good example. If we took like an actual tarantula and just grew it to the size of a bear, it would kill the bear. Because tarantulas and spiders, period, especially if you played Monster Hunter, White Knight Chronicles, you've seen how these things thrash you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's a lot of weight and force. So if we grew it to the size of a bear, it'd probably wipe out the bear.
But it depends, because I feel like if a bear could get a swat on it, it's very easy to kill tarantulas. Like if you drop them from not even super high up, because they don't have bones.
Of them, there is the thing too, like a lot of these insects have particular harder outer shells. And
not tarantulas though.
Oh, they're not. Oh,
no, because if you drop them from a certain, like it could be, I don't know how far this is from the floor, but if you drop them, they will, I won't say explode, because that seems a little dramatic, but they can kill them. They cannot be dropped from high distances.
Aizawa wins.
I better against a tarantula.
Man,
actually, I wouldn't even. That would be something that I would burn my house down for the insurance money if it was a loose tarantula in my house.
Terror from Mars made me really think about shit like 8-legged freaks. I
forgot about 8-legged freaks.
I came across a manga last year called The Island of Giant Insects, bro.
Terrible.
Yeah,
terrible place to be.
It is. It's actually not.
Imagine if one of them got fused with a mosquito.
I thought someone did.
I don't remember seeing a mosquito person.
Oh wait, is this her? Nope, that's not her. She wasn't the one that died. That's the chick that's alive. My bad. A mosquito would be interesting. I thought the jewel wasp person was nice, because
that was interesting,
because that's how I learned about the jewel wasp. So another thing I like about this show is the same thing I liked about Killing Bites. They would go into brief information on the animals. That's how I found out, like, you don't fuck with the honey badger. I'm surprised
honey badger don't give a shit,
bro. They do not. I'm surprised nobody was fuse everybody with honey badger. Like, Jesus Christ, like, oh my god.
But remember, it's not guaranteed that you'll survive the surgery, so they couldn't just...
Man, honey badgers must have been busted strong, bruh. Like, folks was just not surviving or something. But, like, they would give little info and facts. And that's how I learned about I think they called it the bullet shrimp in the manga. But I'm assuming it's the mantis shrimp. Like, how fast they can punch.
Yeah, it would give you facts
how
and all of that.
And the pistol shrimp, it's like, when they're hunting, it's over. Like that. In the blink of an eye. I'm surprised they ain't make nothing with the boppy worm. Because now, after reading Terraformers and thinking about it, I'm like, there's a lot of insects.
Right.
Y'all could, like I said,
like, y'all didn't have to jump into mammals. Y'all could have done anything with any insects.
Pretty much. I'm gonna be real. I would just made an army of jewel wasps. Those things are made to kill roaches and turn them into mindless zombies and reproduce with them. They're slightly parasitic. Then that's another thing too. So the one girl that was bacteria, what if they did that with a parasite?
That would just make it much worse.
That's biochemical warfare all over. I would have
that would just make it that much worse.
Like, I'm just thinking about how all this happened, which also makes me wonder if the roaches were like a byproduct of bug surgery too. Like initially.
I want to say the way that it happened. So they sent the roaches with some moss or something to Mars, and then
the moss was supposed to survive off the body of the roaches.
Right, and it somehow they morphed into these what am I looking for? Humanoid creatures, and the bugs people went up there, they killed them, they started taking their body parts, and so I don't know how we got from small roach to people roach.
Yeah.
I'm sure they explained it, but I don't remember. Because
when you first see them, I thought that was a legit Martian. And when they confirmed those were the roaches, I had to say,
oh no.
No. But like
some of them tried to get back on the ship and was like, we gotta go, and the folks was like, go where? I'm finna send you where you going.
I was tripping when when they sent the second crew on, and everybody
right with Michelle.
That was one of them motherfuckers on the ship.
It had to have been.
No, there was one. I'm not talking when they sent them back. When they sent the second crew there on the way to Mars, which I gotta admit.
Oh, stowed on the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like so when the second set of folks were going so they could like wipe out the roaches, one of them roaches was on the ship. When they were going back, because the reason I remember
it makes sense though, because that's when they were starting to evolve and get smart. So
yeah,
at first they were just killing.
The reason I remember it is because one of them sub-zeroed a guy. Like he pulled out the guy's spine with his head and turned it into a sword and was just cutting people down. And I was like,
crazy.
What the man wiped out half the ship. Like already, that was one.
Yeah.
One roach. One of those roaches could wipe out a city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest. So think about what that whole planet would do to Earth. And like, could normal weapons like bullets don't work on them?
Yeah.
Like you would have to. Well, no. Because roaches can't survive the nuclear explosion. I think they can survive the nuclear fallout. I think if you hit these guys with a nuke, they laugh it off.
I don't want to find out.
That was Terra from Mars is that. This is an anime that just it made me raise an eyebrow. And this was coming out during that stuff where like all this was cool, like animes where folks were getting grotesquely annihilated, like Akame got killed and shit. Like
I still haven't watched. People have told me don't watch it because there's no point.
Don't
watch it.
It's good. Like I watched it and read the manga. It's good. Just don't get attached.
That's what I heard. Somebody getting off every 2 seconds.
Get attached. I ain't gonna lie. Do not get attached.
After the opening song, the lead person gets killed type shit.
However, I will say this. That anime ending was petty as hell.
How long is it? Is it finished?
Yeah. Both of them finished. The manga and the anime. The manga definitely goes into a lot of detail. I'm gonna say after a certain point though, you just like, alright, just get over with it. This how it is. Like Terraform, the reason with Terraformers I dropped off that, it wasn't because I hated it. Actually, because I actually remember they had, when they made the anime, it was censored. Then they made an uncensored, got rid of the uncensored, and then brought it back. Because people were mad that it was censored. And I was like, damn, why'd y'all censor it? But I forgot about it because I caught up to the latest chapter. Like I said, I think the last chapter I remember was after they introduced Newton. And I didn't see an update for a while, and it slipped out of my mind. And I think within a year or two, I stopped hearing people talk about it. It's one of those animes that it came out, it ran its course. Folks liked it, and it was done. They even had a game.
They had a game.
If I remember, let me look this up real quick.
Is it like a fighting type game or a story based game?
I think it was kind of on the sense of like a Warriors type of game. Let me see. Because it came out on Terra from Mars. It was a game that came out on the 3DS.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it was a 3DS game. I don't remember what exactly it was. All right, let me see. There has to be something on the game somewhere. I have to look it up. I think it was kind of like a sort of beat 'em up type of game. And I was actually kind of mad because I thought this would make a pretty, like if Koei Tecmo wanted to make something out of that would have been a pretty decent game to make something out of.
Yeah.
And I've noticed a lot of games lately where there has been like, hadn't been as many games where people turn into animals lately. Or if there were games 4 of them, they got canceled. Killing Bites was going to have a fighting game that was coming out. They got a trailer for it and everything, and canceled. The Terra from Mars game, barely anybody knew about it. I'm dead serious. I remember going to an anime con, asking folks about it. They didn't know about it. They didn't know about it at all. So like because
I would say it definitely will make an interesting game.
Oh yes.
But it is an interesting series because I remember when I did sit down and watch it, I was like, I have to know what's going to happen next. I worked overnight at FedEx during that time. So I stayed up from the time I got up to the time it was time for me to go back to work and binge watched all of it. So it definitely, I mean, to me, was very interesting. No matter how grotesque it was very interesting. It's one of those because I want to know how the fuck they gonna get out of this.
It's one of those things where it's grotesque, but you're just looking at it like this is low key.
Like it escalated every episode. It escalated in the middle of every episode.
There was always something. Like you're gonna realize. You're gonna realize
what more
right
can
away.
Happen.
You're gonna realize right away. I'm not attached to any characters.
Yeah.
But folks is throwing hands. So for I kind of feel like there's something for a lot of people there. People who like real gory stuff, is something there for you. Pseudo intricate, a slightly complex story. It ain't like complex, but it's a slightly complex story. You want to figure out what's going on. There's something there for you. Folks who are just shonen fans, you like people throwing hands. There's plenty of that.
Sure is.
At this point, they go from throwing hands to stingers to claws to body parts, bacteria. I ain't making it up. Russian dude lost his whole arm and beat a roach with it. Like, then he grew it back.
Yep, because that was the ability.
Yeah.
And that was, like you were talking about earlier, they explained why that happened. I was like, damn, they cut that man's arm off. And then it came back.
I was tripping. Because I was just like, damn, what this man finna do? Okay. What the?
Like, oh, shit.
Whoa. This man. Bruh, and it's sad too, because like I'm thinking about Dragon Ball Abridged. Just imagine these roaches.
Somebody should do an abridged.
Bruh, I would do
that would be fucking hilarious.
Get the dude that voice Cell's first form. So like when they first see the roach, he says, "Mr. Sandman, bring me a treat."
Somebody please if this reaches a bunch of people, somebody please do an abridged version of Terraformers. Please.
If need be, ladies and gentlemen, reach out to the Dandelion. I want to make an abridged for Gundam Seed and now Terra from Mars, because then it was worth it. This is an anime. I give it a 3.5 out of 5. I say it's rent worthy at best. More or less, I recommend this anime and manga to folks that are just looking for something. I would not recommend this as a gateway anime though.
I would not, unless you're fine with gore.
If they watching those shows on Netflix, Dahmer and You, then yeah, maybe. But I would not recommend this as a gateway anime. Intermediate at best. At best, I would say maybe after the person's like, yeah, I think I like anime. Okay, now I need to show you what you really in for. Just because remember, they say anime's for kids.
I don't know what children.
I'll put it this way.
Because it can be, if it's a shonen, sure.
You want to know something that's funny? This will lead into an eventual conversation that I want to have as far as like anime and cartoons. Folks say it's like cartoons are for kids, and I was like, all right. So I started showing some folks like some adult cartoons made in the West, and they were like, "What the hell?" I was like, "So you gonna let your kid watch that?" No, cartoons for kids. Like, hey man, like
you gotta qualify your statement.
Man, all I know is this: you say cartoons for kids, but if your child is watching Bebe's Kids, nah, fam, I still question the Proud Family's really for kids. Though. They hit some very topic. Don't worry, like we said, we talking about all things cartoon and nerdy. We gonna cover the Proud Family at one point. Them blue ass gross sisters. That actually, you wanna know? Just
they were ashy, which is
before we end this, I'm gonna say this much. What really got me to put lotion on, boy, when I was in middle school, I didn't want to turn blue.
Not you thought you were gonna turn.
I thought you know how ashy they were.
Ashy as fuck for them to be blue.
But see, that's the thing though. I don't think they were like ashy. Cause you remember the episode? Cause they were so ashy. Remember the episode they made the big gross sister look good?
Yeah, I do remember.
That's why I was like, y'all ain't ashy.
They something.
I was like, y'all ain't ashy.
They something.
I just hated how they look.
They was like wrong as hell for a lot of that character design. But we ain't gonna get into that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dandelion
and XO Aizawa.
Join us next time for more uncanny BS and bug crap.
I don't think we're gonna talk about bugs next time.
I'm not exiting with that.
Try again.
Booty.